Welcome back, everybody, to the show. You know those things that are not just infuriating, but unexplainably infuriating? Like, there's the big things that I assume I'll be upset about. Big acts of corruption or super heinous things people say. But then sometimes doing this job, I've learned I'll almost get more wound up when I can't exactly figure out why something small bothers me so dang much. And this is one of those things that's just been driving me crazy. Every time I see it on my feed, and it's a lot, I audibly, it's one of those that you can't really control the way your body reacts. It's just, Cole's been hearing me every time as we're prepping, and there's only Cole here today, going, no one's here, except for Cole, no one's here to have a conversation about it. I'm not trying to prompt a conversation. I just can't help it. So it's something we've talked about, but I really want to give it some time here, because I need you all to explain to me why this makes me so dang infuriated. It's so dumb. And it's all over the place. If you follow MAGA accounts, if you watch Fox News, you will have heard this narrative that, again, is not even an important lie that they're telling, but it is a lie nevertheless. And the fact that it's so small confuses me. Why do you lie about something so tiny? And that is this narrative that somehow, under Democrats, our ability to say Merry Christmas went away. And under Trump, an accomplishment in his accomplishment category, in the little list of pros and cons, in the pros for them is that Trump brought back our ability to say Merry Christmas. So here's the latest example, but again, all 5 times a day during the holiday season, the Christmas season, excuse me, I will see posts, audibly react to them, and I don't really know what to do, and then I'll just be trying to sit and eat a peaceful meal. I'm not even looking at social media, and I'll think of it again, and it'll make me irritated. Here's Fox News.
Fox News contributor Joe Concha is here with me tonight. Great to see you, Joe. You know, one of the little remembered promises that President Trump made when he first ran for office was that in America we would be able to say Merry Christmas again. And I think it's safe to say that he has accomplished that. We can say Merry Christmas again.
Yes.
I don't even know what to do with this. What is this? Someone explain to me, please. Please, MAGA. Where did this start? You made it up. You can't say, he said an accomplishment, which honestly, this should partially give me hope that even the defenders of Trump are struggling to list what his accomplishments are. So they're like, hey, here's one accomplishment. He brought back Merry Christmas. Now, if you don't believe me and you're thinking, no, it's true, they would always say Happy Holidays. First of all, this they you're talking about can say whatever the hell they want. So if other people want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, or just Happy Holidays, or whatever, they can do that. That's not hurting you at all. And the way they word it is not, these lib soy boys were always going around saying Happy Holidays, trying to be all stupidly inclusive. They should say Merry Christmas. That's the only holiday ever. But that's not even their criticism. Their criticism is somehow they were stopped from saying it. But they live in the world. We're both in the same world. That's the thing. I know. Not online, it doesn't feel like it sometimes, but we are technically in the same world. And so you were walking around under Biden saying Merry Christmas and nothing happened. So then how do you watch Fox News and go, yeah, Trump did it. Shoo. Because watch this, okay? Here's a 2024, very recently, under Joe Biden's presidency video that they released, okay? While you watch it, please do click the subscribe button if you appreciate how irrationally angry I'm getting over this.
Merry Christmas, America.
What? It's so stupid. Let's listen.
Merry Christmas, America. We're joining you from Children's National Hospital, where we've been spreading holiday cheer to children and families, and them to us as well.
For 4 years now, Joe and I have spent time with these families and the amazing doctors and nurses here. It's a tradition we look forward to every December. From the Biden family to yours, may your Christmas be full of kindness and love, peace and light.
Merry Christmas!
You're not allowed to say that anymore. This is Biden, Joe Biden. We only say happy holidays. Take this down. He's a devout Catholic, by the way, too. You know how many times Joe Biden has seen a reenactment of the baby Jesus in the manger? Do you know how many times he sat in church? By the way, I learned that the Christmas story, a lot of the details you think are in the Bible actually are an interesting fact. I can't think of them now, but we were doing Christmas trivia over our Christmas, and I learned a lot of things I thought were a part of the story weren't. Like maybe it wasn't an inn after all that Mary and Joseph were refused. It could have been a guest room in a family member's house. It actually wasn't stipulated. Just a guest room was not available. It is funny too. Apparently in the Bible, no words are spoken by the quote unquote innkeeper. The person, it was just, there wasn't room. There wasn't a guest room for them. And it is interesting how, at least in my mind, the story is like this really wretched, terrible innkeeper had all these rooms and was like, get out of here, you ugly baby. And I guess that was not in the Bible, that little detail. But do you know how many times Joe Biden saw like camels and people dressed up as Mary and Joseph in a little reenactment of the animal place with the manger? So many times. He said Merry Christmas so many times. How many times has Trump been at a Christmas Eve service? Like maybe never. Maybe never. So you can stop with that. But let's just one more time review. What?
Fox News contributor Joe Concha is here with me tonight. Great to see you, Joe. You know, one of the little remembered promises that President Trump made when he first ran for office was that in America we would be able to say Merry Christmas again.
We will. That is assuming we weren't able to before. So take it down again. Under Joe Biden, we weren't able to say
And light.
even with just a group of kids, he still does the, all right. Like as if it's the end of a speech. All right, folks. Now, this segment got wonkier. No, not wonkier. That's the most crazy part. But they also had a theory that maybe, actually, you can leave this up, Cole, but this was the Biden Christmas photo. It's unironic. I mean, wait, it's obviously funny. It is funny. Because podcast listeners, I'll describe Biden's whole family standing in one line, and then Joe is standing behind them, and half of his head is blocked, which is crazy. He's the former president, and he's barely making the photo. But they said maybe that was on purpose to hide him.
Meanwhile, across the aisle, I know you saw the Christmas card, the Christmas picture that the Biden family put out. And you know, I studied it, and I'm sort of torn between thinking it was just a screw up or something like that, and then also thinking maybe it really is an effort by even the family to try to make him, like Joe Biden, disappear.
Yeah.
Right, like they did in July of 2024. I remember the Democratic National Convention.
The entire 2020 campaign.
Yeah, pretty much, right, in the basement. But I remember at the DNC and all.
Okay, that's one theory, that Biden's own family, who constantly posts loving photos of him saying, we love him, he's great, purposefully tried to hide him so that what? Like America would forget that he exists because in their Christmas photo, half of his chin was blocked. I think the real rule is Biden doesn't remember if you're not, I guess this doesn't really apply, but you know how they say, if you can't see the camera can't see you. If your chin can't see the camera can't see your chin. I just don't think he's as camera literate as the rest of his family. But if we're going to talk about Christmas greetings, here's a comparison. Obama's was Merry Christmas. Oh, but we weren't allowed to. Michelle and I hope yours have a wonderful holiday filled with light and joy. Joe Biden's was with our hearts full of light and love. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. And they were showing that Biden now has a great grandchild. Adorable. And then Trump's was Merry Christmas to all, including the radical left scum. I'm sure It's the Democrats' lack of a reasonable Merry Christmas that we need to be focused on. So you see what I mean? I have a little bit more, but there's something about how tiny of a lie that is. It's so irrelevant. But how millions of people, these posts will get so many likes, are engaging with the idea that somehow the Democrats who are on camera saying Merry Christmas took away our ability to say Merry Christmas. That video that I showed you of Biden was from 2024 when he was president. And they just say it. And I don't get it. It's like if you have, I don't even know. You have someone who says they're 6 foot and they're 5'9". It's like, that doesn't, everyone knows you're not. We can stand next to you and compare. It's not better one way or the other. Why do you say that? It's like someone saying that they're, 225 and 6'3", when they're obviously not Trump. It's like, why lie about something so random and irrelevant? Now, I think the Christmas video of the year does have to go to Alex Jones, whose some relative is in the background. It's kind of cut off here, but when we full screen, you'll see. And even she seems kind of confused.
I don't always hang out on Christmas Eve or New Year's with my labubu, but when I do, I hang out with this little particular guy right here. He's not a Democrat, he's not a Republican, he's a populist, he's a freedom fighter, he's libertarian, he believes in team humanity. And well, he likes InfoWars, Alex Jones and Elon Musk, but most importantly, he likes 6'7". 6'7", baby. That's right, going to 2026. 6'7", then the year 2027. 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", 6'7".
I don't even know what to say about that. Speaking of fake controversies, you know how MAGA was upset that Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl coming up? Well, I guess Snoop Dogg and Demon Hunters and Lainey Wilson performed at some game over Christmas at a halftime show, and the Brylan Hollyhan, hi, I'm Brylan Hollyhan, wrote, the NFL should take note. It's not too late to deport Bad Bunny and replace him with this masterpiece. This is culture, not propaganda pretending to be music. Hey, Brylan, where shall we deport Bad Bunny to? His home country? Well, that would be the United States, Brylan. Speaking of small, dumb things that have been driving me crazy, the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal. What an iconic outlet covering serious issues. Published this. Don't hate Caroline Leavitt because she's beautiful. Because she's beautiful. Who? I posted a response to that. I think it's the pathological lying that people have a problem with. Now, I guess they're talking about people mocking that photo of her. Whatever. I don't need to describe it, but the subheading is the MAGA aesthetic triggers revulsion on the left as the reaction to the recent Vanity Fair profile revealed. You take that down. Here's what the article is talking about. Close up shot. I don't think anyone actually is focused on this in a serious way. This is the photo. It's just, what are we supposed to do? People don't get that. What are we supposed to do in a time like this other than go, haha, that's a really close-up shot of Caroline Leavitt. Lol. Like, okay. But they say there's a revulsion. Now, in full transparency, I do get a kick out of the compilations of the Mar-a-Lago faces and showing people before and after they went MAGA and how they all end up like doing very similar things to their faces. But I don't think people's whoever hates Caroline Leavitt, I try not to use the word hate, but in a political sense, I hate her. It is not at all relevant how she looks. Now, people will mock whenever you get a shot like that or whatever, because what else are we supposed to giggle about? but that's not at all a primary concern. All right, I've shown you some things that upset me. Let me show you one thing that made me happy. Obviously, Eric Adams, who's for a little bit while longer the mayor of New York City, has been a disaster in a lot of ways, and his whole dealing with the Trump administration and getting himself apart and all that, icky, but he sometimes is pretty funny.
Joined now by Mayor Eric Adams. Thank you so much for being here with us. Let me ask you, what's your message to New Yorkers this morning who are deciding, okay, do I get outside? Should I stay indoors? What's your message for them?
It's very cold for our non-New York viewers. I have some family who's in New York right now. It's very cold. They've had a snowy winter storm come through.
Stay home. This is a good baby making day, you know. Enjoy the weather.
So he says, stay home. This is good baby making weather. With all of my problems with Eric Adams, that's a banger. That's a banger. No pun intended. Because here's one thing that's been bothering me, which is why we sell the shirts Make Sex Great Again, is I feel like there's this dumb cultural faux pas. I never know if that's the term, but it sounds like a faux pas. And a rule that I have never understood. And I just experienced this over the holidays, which is whenever you speak about things of a sexual nature, people act like you're not supposed to be speaking about those things. But my question to them was, I think I showed someone the story we covered of Dr. Oz saying that artificial penises cost like $150,000, and presumably it was about something trans related, but out of context it just sounded like he was going, penises have gotten so expensive. And so I did this long thing about how whenever you misplace your penis, like then you have to go get a new one, and if you budget too much, you could get a used or a new one, like the used, as long as they were maintained well. Like, right, there was this whole thing. It was funny. I was playing that for somebody, and they were uncomfortable. And I was getting annoyed because I was like, this is gold. I'm showing you gold. Content gold. Okay? Sorry. Saying it by myself. It was. And they said, it's just, a kind of uncomfortable subject. I'm like, why? What is this weird rule we have where our public officials or where us at a Christmas dinner aren't supposed to be talking about with our grandparents sex? Who made that rule? How did we all get here? We use all these euphemisms. We're like sitting around the table and we say, if it weren't for you, Grandma and Grandpa, none of us would be here. What are we talking about? How did we all get here? It's beautiful. Cole, it's a beautiful concept and we should be more comfortable talking about it. And so I like that the mayor's out there going, get to lovemaking while you're in the home. Because we've forgotten the importance of that, I think. Whether it's baby making or just for fun, that is a good way to spend time whenever it's cold outside. And I really appreciate, I was recently at a wedding and the father of the bride got up and, said, in Jesus' name, amen. We're so grateful that God brought these two together. Now bang each other's brains out. And it was like, what? He said that. But then at first I was shocked, to be honest. Bang each other's brains out. What? But then as I reflected on it, I thought, no, actually that's a really sweet thing for a father to say to a daughter, is be like, hey, go, you're now married, go lay in your marital bed. I don't know. No, that's not actually what he said, obviously. What he really said was be fruitful and multiply, and made a couple references to like, all right, let's get to it now. And I just thought it was sweet. People, they try to tiptoe around that. Have you ever, Cole, been with some family friend or something, and they go, we're trying right now to make a kid, and you're like, meaning, we're in the process of working on making a kid, like as if they're getting some starter sourdough bread, doing whatever that does. Like they're getting some kombucha fungus to start working. No, you're having sex. Just tell me you're having sex. It's fine. We're working on it. We've started trying. So you're humping. If you're humping, you're humping. It's fine. We got to get rid of this weird faux pas. It's life. That's literally life. That is life. That's how we make life. And then the cool thing is it's like you have this beautiful power, but then you could also use it to not make life and just, meet a stranger. No, I'm kidding. Okay, moving forward.